Hey, what's up? Like, totally time for 90210.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back after a restorative week off to Massive Late Fees coverage of Beverly Hills 90210. I am Mark. With me, as always, is my girlfriend, Carol. How you doing, Carol?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. We've had, well, it's been a week. Let's just say it's been a week.
It has been a week.
It's been a week for everybody around everywhere in the world. I'm sure everyone's had a week.
Yep. It was our anniversary.
It was. Happy anniversary to us. And that's the only thing of worldwide importance that happened.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's 1995. So
Correct. It is. What is it? June. It is June 8th, 1995.
Yes.
Yeah, I got it. I'm all over it.
So he took me to the movies for our anniversary, and we'll get to share that with you in our regular show.
Yeah, you loved it.
I don't know about that. It was more my anniversary gift to you, but
We'll see.
so this week on
Tune in tomorrow and see our
Right.
thoughts.
This week on 90210.
Yeah. Tell us what happened. Tell us what was Brandon and Brenda up to. Was Brendan Fraser part of this episode?
No, Brendan Fraser, only Brandon.
All right.
I got it today. But their cousin came to visit from Minneapolis.
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah. And he does look like Brendan Fraser.
It should have been played by Brendan Fraser. His name is Bobby.
Yeah.
Bobby, hey Bobby.
Apparently, they grew up together, and he's a little bit older than them. Like, they're, 16, 17? He's like 21, 22.
Yeah, I think so. Apparently everyone in Minnesota is incredibly photogenic.
Right?
I guess people are doing something right in Minneapolis.
And when Kelly hears that he's coming, she's like, wait, is this the guy in the bathing suit that's super hot in your family photos? Like, who keeps a picture of a teenage boy in a bathing suit?
As part of their family photos.
Right. It's weird.
It is kind of weird.
But yeah, Kelly is apparently...
Here's a one of our cousins in a bra.
Oh, God. Kelly's apparently been drooling over him for a long time, so
I guess
she's quite excited.
Every time she comes to the Walsh house.
She's like, hey, look at the red Speedos there.
She has to excuse herself to the bathroom.
Don't you wonder if it is red Speedos? Like, every time I think about a guy in Speedos, it just makes me laugh.
Why?
Because it's funny. Like, it's a funny look.
What's funny about it?
It just looks silly.
What's the Speedos again? Is that the banana? The banana hammock?
Super small.
You forgot the word small.
Well, I kept wanting to say short, but that's not it.
We're going to have a great show this week. Forgot the word small.
Right? But then we find out.
Do we? We find out that you didn't get enough sleep last night?
Apparently. No, we find out that Mr. Bobby is in a wheelchair.
Who's Mr. Bobby? Mr. Bobby!
Their cousin Bobby.
Are you an Asian casino owner welcoming him in or something like that? Come in, Mr. Bobby!
Oh, goodness.
I could be super offensive. Oh, Mr. Bobby.
Oh. Now you sound like the lady that was giving her driving test.
Yes, exactly. That was some Mr. Miyagi bullshit right there, wasn't it?
Yeah, Brenda.
Super subtle in the background. They're playing like gong music and stuff. Dun, 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 dun.
Brenda was taking her driver's test for the third time.
She's learning how to drive from an Asian woman, so I guess she's not going to be a very good driver.
Wow.
That's the stereotype, right?
I mean, I guess it is. But still, wow. I mean, if we're going with stereotypes, she should have been smoking too.
Yes, exactly.
And taking pictures.
Right. Yep. Agreed.
But she did.
I don't think she was Japanese. I think she was Chinese.
Yeah.
Mr. Miyagi was Japanese, by the way.
Okay.
Just FYI.
Cool. So Brenda was like freaking out because apparently what has tripped her up every time was parallel parking, which, I feel her because that is hard.
Something you don't need at all in California.
Well, I mean,
They
you
don't
don't
parallel park in California.
you don't need it much here, but you need it. Like I'm sure the
we need
situation
it
presents itself.
We need it way more here than they do in California.
Why do you think that?
There's more meters here. Like so places that you go. The reason you need to learn how to parallel park is in places where people park on the streets a lot. So Chicago, around us in Detroit, New York City, of course, like very much so, and other cities like that. But in California, especially the LA area, it's valet or it's giant parking lots. They've got a lot of room. They have a lot of square footage, so there's not a lot of there's some, but there's not a lot of metered parking in those places.
See, I don't associate parallel parking with meters at all.
What do you associate it with?
Like I parallel park all the time in like downtown Plymouth, and there's no meters.
But it's parking on the street, right?
Yeah.
It's like meters or not, it's street parking.
Right. So, but you keep saying meters. Like
most of the time in big cities where there's street parking, there's meters.
Most of the time, but if you drive far enough, you can find them not there. Like,
good for you. Like,
no, like I went on like this class.
You sound like every person ever in New York. I found the perfect space.
Well, no, I went to this class thing downtown, and I was pretty proud of myself because I found a place to park for free, and then it got dark.
Downtown Detroit?
And then I was scared to go there.
I wonder why it was free.
Well, I mean, I actually...
Why is this at the intersection of Martin Luther King Boulevard and Crack Alley?
No, it wasn't. I mean, like, it was like a mile away from where I was, at. And I had actually parked down the street in like where people live.
Okay.
And had to walk though all the way there. So
was it in a bad neighborhood in Detroit?
Aren't they all bad neighborhoods?
No. Spoken like a naive white person. No, they're not all bad neighborhoods in Detroit. Think Palmer Park's bad?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you think Millionaire Mile's bad?
Yeah.
What? You're crazy.
That's not Millionaire Mile. Wait, that's on Grosse Pointe.
No. I'm talking about where all the Fords and shit live in Detroit.
Oh, I have no idea where that is. Like.
Okay,
so I guess there's if I go to the Millionaire Place, then
you
it's
think
not
like
scary.
Downtown is a bad neighborhood? You think like Jefferson and Lafayette is bad? No, exactly.
There's a lot of police there.
There's nice neighborhoods in Detroit. There's neighborhoods any city you can be attacked in. There's nice neighborhoods in Detroit, or at least neighborhoods that are up and coming. There are bad neighborhoods too. I wouldn't go to the Cass Corridor at 3:00 in the morning by myself, but
I don't know. See, Wayne State University is very close to Cass Corridor, so
yeah, Wayne State University is not in a great neighborhood.
Yeah, so
it's like
the class that I was going to was through the university, and so it was like in that area.
Okay, well, yeah, that's probably not the best neighborhood. I mean, it's like, and that's the thing, like U of D, right? U of D's in a gorgeous neighborhood.
Oh, it's beautiful.
But no one wants to go there, like, because they have a decent basketball team, right? Mm-hmm. But no high-profile high school basketball players want to go there because you have to drive through a war zone to get to U of D.
Yeah, I went to somebody's graduation ceremony there. They didn't go to U of D, but their high school graduation was held there because it's pretty. Mm-hmm. And the school they attended was like a small little Christian school. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it was like, where are we going? Like,
U of D's gorgeous.
So and what is happening? And then there's this beautiful thing.
Yep, and that's in Detroit.
Yeah,
it's a nice neighborhood in Detroit. There's pockets. There's pockets of good neighborhoods. There's pockets of bad neighborhoods. It's like any city, though.
I guess it's just most of my experience has been not great. So, but as far as parking,
right?
Yeah, the Detroit for sure. I've parallel parked, and in Plymouth and in Royal Oak.
All right.
Does it count as parallel parking when you park in front of your house?
If you have to park in between two cars, sure.
Well, you never would park in between two cars in front of your house.
Well, that's what parallel parking is.
But you're also parking parallel to a house.
It's not very difficult to park parallel in front. No, it doesn't count.
Okay. Jeez. Because then I do it every day.
This has been our 5 minutes on parking.
But this lady...
Tune in next week for 5 minutes on where the best public restrooms are.
Shut up. This lady tells Brenda to open her eyes and visualize the car in the space.
Close her eyes. Didn't she say close her eyes?
No. Nobody would ever tell somebody to close their eyes when they're driving a car.
before she parks it.
I thought she said open.
Visualize the car.
But yeah, so she
in perfectly.
She, visualizes the car and manages to move it.
Then she pulled out some chopsticks and caught a fly mid-flight.
No, okay, she's not Mr. Miyagi.
It was pretty ridiculous.
It was, though, yes.
So Brenda got her license.
Yay, Brenda.
Mm-hmm.
And then she won't use it, which is weird.
Yeah, I was revving to go.
Oh, me too.
Some problems there?
Sorry, something got in my eye.
Okay.
I'm all good now.
All right. Anyway, so what happens next?
Well, Brenda and Brandon warn Kelly basically to stay away from their cousin because they don't want him to get hurt.
Yeah.
They gave some kind of foreshadowing about how, or some exposition, I guess, about how
he's got a weird dick.
Wow. I don't know anything about his dick, although I did wonder whether or not it works.
What do you think? Because at one point they say he's paralyzed from the waist down. That makes it sound like no.
Right. But he's so interested in girls. Why would you be interested if you can't have sex?
Well, I mean, this happened after he reached sexual maturity. If you got injured before you reached sexual maturity and you were paralyzed from the waist down, I would imagine that, although I don't know, but I would imagine that mostly your sexual interest would never really bud. But after you've reached sexual maturity, I can't imagine that feeling just goes away.
But it's numb. I mean, your genitals, if he can't use them.
But your brain's still active.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. I can't imagine it.
Yeah, it seems to both imply, well, I don't know. It seems to imply that he can have sex. But I don't know. They also say he's paralyzed from the waist down, so I don't know.
Right.
Does that mean, what does that mean?
I mean, maybe he just, wants the companionship of a woman and is willing to just do things for her that way.
Maybe.
I mean, at one point, because she doesn't stay away from him, he says, you'd be surprised the things I can still do, so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's got strong hands.
Right.
From the wheelchair.
So Brenda's mom's throwing a party to celebrate her getting her license. And Donna wants to bring David Silver.
That's right. David Silver's in this for, I think, 30 seconds.
Right. Yeah, she's strutting by and they have a little moment. And then he runs over and asks if he can take her to the movies, to which she said yes. Mm-hmm. And then realizes that, no, she has plans tonight, but she'd see if he could come.
Right. And he can't.
Yeah. Because they're not ready for him yet.
Brenda says no.
It's so weird because he's going to become such an integral part of the group, but they hate him right now.
Brenda's he's not main cast material yet. We'll see.
Yeah, she's it'd be too many people.
Yeah, one more person.
I mean, even Steve is there. That's pretty insulting that Steve is more welcome than David.
Quick, we need a bigot.
Right.
Get me Steve Sanders.
So they're playing games, and Kelly and Bobby get all flirty, and he says, "Oh, come sit here. Come sit on my lap." Mm-hmm. So there's a lot going on.
She says, "Oh, I'll hurt you or whatever."
Yeah. Oh, I'll crush you.
He can't feel anything.
Yeah. Not only is he paralyzed, but it's she's not a big girl. I
don't get it.
Yeah, whatever. But she snuggles up on his lap, and then she stays after everybody leaves. Mm-hmm. Which, Brenda tries to get her to leave, too. She's all "Good night, Kelly." And then she,
Wow.
Sorry.
So I laughed, and then he just stared at me.
Because I wasn't being funny.
I thought it was funny. The way you said it was funny.
Thank you. But Brenda, is really creepy, too, because she's, chilling on the stairs, spying on them the whole time. They're, talking and kissing and stuff.
Yeah.
It's messed up. Wouldn't you be pissed? I'd be pissed.
Well, they didn't know.
That's true. Yeah, her and Brandon are just like little spies.
I don't know if they're, I don't know. I guess they're nervous for him,
Right.
or protective, or is she jealous? I mean, I don't know. At one point, Bobby suggests that if they weren't first cousins, he'd fuck her. So
Yeah, that was kind of gross. He's like, "Oh, you finally became a woman." Yeah, it was weird. If my cousin said that to me, I would have some issues.
yeah.
So, Kelly does not heed their warnings, and she makes out with him, and then he wants to show her how capable he still is, so he wants to take her horseback riding, which I wouldn't think that someone who's paralyzed could do, but apparently there's a special saddle.
Yeah, you can strap him in. After the horseback riding, though, Kelly's not going to need him, so.
Right? So that goes all well, and she invites him to a party, which does not go so well.
Right. A party at what's his name's house? Vat? Whatever his name is.
I thought it started with a L.
He had, Lol or something like that.
Yeah.
It was a weird name.
He was a weird dude, too.
Yeah.
He had, like, long hair and
I thought it was a woman at first.
open shirt. Yeah, he looks a little like Yanni, a Yanni wannabe.
A little bit, yeah. I'll give that to you. Yeah. Or what about, who's that dude that's on the cover of the romance?
Fabio.
Fabio, that's right.
Yeah.
Fabio.
So first, when they arrive to this party, I just want to comment, as I did when we were watching it.
Comment, dude.
What the fuck is up with these high school parties?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I realize the guy lives in a mansion, but really you have to get all formaled up to go to a party?
Yeah, they look like... Yeah, go ahead. Go.
I was just going to say, and there's no booze.
Yeah.
So it is really a high school party.
Yeah. Yeah, they look like they're going to prom or something. Everyone's hair's up.
Yeah.
Is that what it's like for rich people? They play dress up like their parents, going to like some fucking, Republican mixer or something like that. I mean, like, I don't get it.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, we just hang out in like people's basements
Right.
and wear jeans.
Yep. Do whippets and howl at the moon.
Right?
With our clothes off.
Shut up. It never happened. Ever. So, party. There's all these stairs. And
he fucking he lives on the side of San Simeon Cliff or something like that.
Right?
There's like 1,000 stairs.
It's
they went to the party at the pagoda in fucking Chile.
It's like the Lincoln Monument or something, yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
And
it's a weird amount of steps to have to go to your house.
Yeah. Well, because it's a fucking mansion.
There's a Sherpa at the bottom escorting people up to the house.
What the fuck's a Sherpa?
It's a native in by the Himalayas, like by Mount Everest and stuff like that assists people in going up the mountain.
Oh, okay.
Person that lives there that's been acclimated to the thin air because of the elevation and stuff like that.
So Fabio should have been down there helping them up.
Apparently, yeah.
Okay. He looks like he is ready to say never mind and leave.
Oh, yeah. He's like, oh, stairs. Yeah. My mortal enemy.
Right? I can do everything but stairs. Oh,
yeah,
and
why don't you sexually excite those stairs, buddy?
But then the boys are like, oh, no big deal. We'll just carry you up, which has to be really, like, fucking humiliating. And,
I would imagine. Most of this night was something humiliating for Bobby.
And like, they didn't ask. He didn't ask. They just did it. And you know, like, I've volunteered at nursing homes. Mm-hmm. And I was told that, like, you can't just put your hands on someone's wheelchair and push it because it's, like, assault. Like, you can't just push somebody's chair around because it's, like, part of their being.
That's like walking up to somebody and just lifting them up.
Right. Exactly. So, I mean, I think it was pretty invasive and wrong that they did that without his permission.
Agreed.
But they do. They bring him up to this party. And what's the main activity in this party?
Dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a dance party.
Great time for him.
It's dance revolution.
No booze and dancing. That's a weird combination.
For a 21-year-old.
Right? So, yeah.
They're like after dancing, we're gonna do hopscotch.
We're gonna play truth or dare and spin the bottle.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's have jump rope.
But we're gonna do it in our fancy clothes. Mm-hmm. So some girl spills a drink on him, which
very nice.
I kind of looked away and missed it. Was there something about him being in a chair that
she mistook him for a table?
Are you fucking? You're an asshole.
No, she just, she spilled the drink, and instead of spilling like near his pants or whatever, like it would be if he was standing up, it spilled on,
the shirt, yeah. And then she asks what she can do, and he's like, a towel.
Right.
That's like all people do all night is like, what can I do for you? How can I help? Which, it's nice, I guess, if you want to help, but you don't want to be the one that people want to help.
It's patronizing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Fabio comes over to Kelly.
Yeah, lol.
Yes, lol. It ignores him completely. Like, it's obvious she's with him, isn't it?
It should be. But see, that's the thing, is he's in a wheelchair, so the lol thinks, like, he's no competition whatsoever. Like, he's a non-entity.
Right.
Like, basically, like, he's a eunuch. And he's like...
Which he may or may not be.
Right. And he's like, Kelly's just, like, pitying this dude, so let me rescue her. I'm sure that's what he's thinking.
Ugh. So he asks her to dance. Mm-hmm. And instead of saying, no, I'm here with a wheelchair dude, she looks at Bobby like, can
expectantly,
I? Yeah, and he's like, go ahead. So then he's just sitting there by himself at this party watching her dance with another guy. Like, I hate her right now.
Yeah, she's not cool. What she does is completely wrong.
It's very selfish. So by the time she's done dancing and comes back to him, he's very upset and he wants to leave.
Yep.
And he basically tells her, let's just forget about this now. It was nice meeting you, but I don't want to go through the pain that is going to come from this.
I think you're sexy, but you're only going to like me as a friend, so go fuck yourself, basically, is what he says.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I don't blame him.
No.
I mean, I think he made the right call. Because honestly, it's just like how everybody was all worried about them being together. And he's offended. He's like, what, she couldn't like me in a wheelchair? It's not because you're worthless. It's because she is selfish and materialistic.
She is, too.
But he takes it as, like, meaning, like, he has no worth or no reason for her to want to be with him. That's not it.
Right.
It's just her. She sucks. Her and Brenda both kind of suck.
Yeah.
Brenda pissed me off this episode, too. I don't remember what she did.
I think it was something that she was saying to Kelly. I don't remember what. Something about Bobby or... stay away from him, or I don't know. Yeah, who knows?
Maybe it's just the spying on him.
Yeah, that might have been it.
But I was just like, I don't like her. I just don't.
So he takes off, and then I think basically like he and Brandon have a conversation about the injury that he sustained, and basically Brandon thinks it was his fault because they were skiing and Brandon dared him to take a jump, and Bobby did, and then hit a tree. So,
which it's nobody's fault.
I mean, it's the tree's fault, honestly.
The tree's fault for being in his way.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing too, though. You really have to watch out for trees when you're skiing, because trees never lose that matchup. I've never seen them carrying a tree down a mountain on a stretcher.
For sure.
So.
I have never been skiing, but I
have.
I've been sledding, and I had a run-in with a tree.
I thought you said sludding. Yeah, tell us about the tree that you had a run-in with when you were sludding around.
Gross. No, but I was like little, like I don't know, maybe 6 or 7.
That's a crime.
Oh my God! Stop.
Oh, sledding. Sorry.
Yeah, sledding. And my dad took me sledding. And at the top of the hill, I've never been before. I have no idea how a sled works. He says, "Honey, are you ready?" And I said, "No." And he pushed me. And I was terrified. And I'm pulling the straps tighter and tighter. And I'm going for the tree, but I don't know how to steer.
Oh, my God.
So, yeah, it was no good.
What happened?
I hit the tree and I skinned my face.
Aw.
And I've never been on a sled again.
Oh, that sucks.
But I mean, what he, he did the same thing to my sister with a pool. Just picked her up and threw her in.
He dragged a pool to the top of a mountain and said, "Are you ready?" What the fuck?
No, my sister's afraid of water now because he just threw her in a pool. Mm-hmm. Like, that's just how he was.
Well, my dad was a lot like that. My dad would he believed in learning by doing, right? Mm-hmm. So my dad would throw me in the water so that he could practice mouth to mouth.
What is wrong with you?
No, what are you talking about? Not sexually, CPR. Should I have said CPR? Would that have made the joke funnier and not sexual?
No.
He threw me in a pool so I would drown, and then he'd have to use CPR to save me. That's the joke.
Uh-huh. That's the joke, because that is not how it came out. Or maybe my mind's just sick and broken.
Apparently. Anyway. So they forgive each other, and then Kelly shows up.
Do they? I mean, they do, but they never say it. It's like, I feel like Brandon...
They say they love each other.
Yes, but Brandon said, we never talk about it, and I want to tell you I'm sorry. And I feel like...
And you feel like that's not an apology?
No, I feel like the other dude should have said, I forgive you. I think he needed to hear that.
Maybe he doesn't.
Maybe. Because he basically said he doesn't think about it because he's his favorite cousin. Like, he doesn't want to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't forgive him. Wow.
Maybe he's got some deep-seated hatred.
He doesn't hate him. He loves him.
No, I know, but...
Anger.
But if he... Yeah.
Resentment.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Good words. Anger and resentment.
We're taking this 90210 to a dark place.
All right. So then Kelly comes over, and in the most womanly move that has ever existed, pulls a complete 180. And she's like, well, how was I supposed to know? I've only known you for 2 days. What do you want, a lifelong commitment? I want to be your friend. What's so wrong with that? Like, just absolutely lays the guilt trip on him and makes it sound like it's his fault what happened.
I mean, her opening line was, so that was pretty unfair of you last night.
Right.
Like, how about you, bitch?
Went and danced with another guy while you were there on a date with a guy.
Right? I mean, it depends on the... For her, that's probably okay. I mean, in her mind, I think, like, for me, that wouldn't be okay.
You're damn right it wouldn't be okay.
You know what happened? I mean, you know what happened to me one time on a date with somebody else?
No.
They were holding my hand and kissing another girl at the same damn time.
What?
Yeah. I was so pissed when I realized what was happening. I didn't know what was happening. I was talking to somebody.
How does that happen?
I don't know, and he didn't even seem sorry.
Wow.
Yeah, people are weird. But I'm just saying
you want to say who that was, or
no,
off air?
Off air.
All right.
But I think it just depends on the people, because like if you're the kind of person that's just gonna dance with lots of people, that's not like, oh, I'm here with you, so I can't do that on a date.
Right.
You know.
I guess
she just wasn't taking into account how he'd feel not being able to dance with her.
Yeah, it was her. She was in the wrong.
For sure. For sure.
But she spun it around on him.
Very successfully. So, the whole episode, Brenda has refused to drive ever since she got her license. Mm-hmm. So they end by making her drive them to the airport to take Bobby home. Mm-hmm. And
you never see Bobby again because she got in a car accident and he died.
No. Although I don't think we'll ever see Bobby again.
Probably not.
Even though he's talking about applying to go to UCLA.
Yeah, they're never going to fucking see him again. They're not going to UCLA anyway. They're going to, we don't have the rights to any college, so it's, California State University.
Right.
Or wherever they're going. Beverly Hills U.
The Richity Rich College.
Mm-hmm. If they had any balls, they'd all be going to Pepperdine, which is in Malibu, California.
Malibu would be cool. We should go to Pepperdine.
All right.
I want to live in Malibu.
Okay.
You need to get a job where you make lots of money so we can buy a house in Malibu.
Sounds good. I'll get right on that.
Okay.
Pepperdine's a private, Catholic university, by the way.
No, never mind.
Yeah.
Ew. I just want to live in Malibu. I don't want to go to Pepperdine.
I think it's Jesuit. I'm not sure.
Yeah. That does not sound fun for my college experience.
You get to wear a uniform.
Well, I'm sure you would enjoy that, but...
Actually, I don't think they wear uniforms, but...
I mean, I'll wear a uniform. don't need to go to Pepperdine.
Right. Anyway, so yeah, that's basically it. That's it. That's the episode. Nothing else happens. I don't think. You're looking at me like this is a trick.
No, it just seems like I feel like we're missing something.
Not really.
Yeah.
That's basically all that happens. Oh, Steve gets to look down on someone for once.
Yeah, he actually. What did he say to Kelly?
He said, "Nice going, Kel."
Yeah.
Yeah,
he didn't do anything shitty this episode.
After the guy left, the guy wanted to leave. Bobby wanted to leave. You know, Kelly's looking around. Brenda comes up to her. She's like, "What did you do?" Oh, and she's like, I don't know. Like, I just went to dance, and then I came back, and he was mad. And Steve's like, "Nice going, Kel." Walks away.
Yeah.
Ian's earring, probably freaking jumped for joy when he saw that part in the script. It's like, I don't have to be a bigoted asshole.
Right? Yeah, I mean, truly, I don't think he did anything bad.
Not this episode.
It's the first time.
I mean, that hair. What can
he can't help that.
Yeah. Well, it's not going to be a problem for much longer of his life, I think. Have you seen him? Have you seen him lately?
Yeah.
It's running away faster than a gay person around Steve Sanders. All right. Well, that's our episode. Why don't you tell the people? I don't know. Tell the people whatever. How do you close the show? I don't listen at the end of the show.
You don't listen?
Not at the end of the show. No.
Well, screw you then.
I turn my brain off until I hear you're done talking. And then...
So, give us the likes. Give us the stars.
Give it to us.
Tell your friends. Keep listening. And if you want to, you can write to us at latefee1994@aol.com.
All right. Have fun. Bye.
Bye.